Hello and welcome to another episode of the Silk and Steel podcast. I'm your host, Carl Zha. Today we have back on our show our returning guest, Mr. Dana Showtyme, aka the Godfather of Chinese hip hop. We had done 2 episodes together where I introduced Dana, how he started the hip hop career in China, and we talk about how Dana took me on a tour of Shanghai. It was only the first day. It took us 2 episodes to get through that, but we're back for more because there was so much content that we have for you guys, especially when Dana took me on my second or the third day tour of Shanghai around his neighborhood. Dana, say hello to my audience.
Peace and blessings, love and light. This is Showtime. Dana Burton from the almighty Iron Mike, reporting live in the city of dreams, in the heart, in the belly of the beast, in the People's Republic of China, right here in Shanghai.
Thank you, Dana. So what do you have for us today?
Yeah, so this was, I just want to show people the community where I live in. And I think there's a lot of stories that we can learn from just exploring this community. I'm really grateful to be able to just take friends and loved ones from all over the world just to walk around the neighborhood that I live in, because I think you can learn so much about China from doing that. And so it was my honor to take you around. It was your third day. It was our second day together. And I think just for an overview for your viewers, this community is really going to show you 2 of the big programs that China has been implementing. And one is the poverty alleviation program, and the other is the ecological civilization, basically their efforts for environmentalism. And I just think it's just a good way to understand the development that is taking place in China. And so I've got some pictures and photos to kind of curate, what we saw when I took you around our community for like half a day.
Yeah, that was fun, and we were joined by a bunch of others. I brought a white South African guy with me, and then there was a girl from Georgia who was studying in Shanghai who also joined us on this tour. So it was very lively, little expat tour of Shanghai. So Dana, take us.
Yeah, actually, we started off with the 3 of us, and actually throughout the day, more and more people started to join our caravan from all over the world. I think by the end, we also had some people from all across the world. So yeah, let's go to the first picture with the skyline of the city. This is basically the community is called COSCO Tubei, and it's a remarkable transformation. If you look at the top, the first picture. These pictures come from just as late as 1997, 98, 99. It was a complete shantytown, urban favelas.
And you have that picture because they actually have a little mini museum exhibit in their community center where they have pictures of what the whole area used to look like, black and white photos. And I guess at the bottom one is this is the community you live in right now, right?
This is literally the exact same before and after of the community. That's what it looked like in 98, and this is what it looks like now. It's situated on Suzhou Creek, which bleeds out into the Huangpu River that connected to the ocean, that's connected to the Yellow River, the Yangtze River, which I believe leads all the way to your hometown, Chongqing. So yes. This is the massive, yeah.
So for people who not familiar with Shanghai, Suzhou Creek is one of the major streams that run through Shanghai. And when I lived in China in 1980s, I often visit Shanghai because, I would make my way down the Yangtze River with my parents. We will take the boat tour down the Yangtze River to Shanghai, and from Shanghai we take a bus or train to my grandma's house in Zhejiang. But Shanghai my memory of 1980s Shanghai was the Suzhou Creek stinks. The Suzhou Creek stank. It was like the water quality was so horrible. It was like literally dark. The water was dark, and you can smell the Suzhou Creek from like miles away. I mean, it's not a environmentally friendly place, and it was famous. In the 1980s, Suzhou Creek was famous for being like really stinky, kind of almost a sewer of Shanghai. But so I was very pleasantly surprised when you took me a tour around the present day Suzhou Creek, because things really got cleaned up.
It was a complete transformation, Carl, and it's a testament to the system of government over here. And it's all driven by the water. It's so amazing that this water connects to your hometown from Shanghai to where you were. And it tells the story of the civilizational development of China. This is basically the high-speed rail before high-speed rail, the waterways. But it got so polluted because when the British and the American and the French had colonized this region, they basically built their factory and industrial region, industrial parks right on the creek. And this was the border of the international settlement, the foreign settlement, and the local community. And they would have their factories and they would dump all the sludge and pollutants into the water. And I guess this also continued during the early part of the development of China. But what happened was COSCO was basically a state-owned enterprise. It's the world's largest shipping and logistics firm that's basically extracting all the tax money from the shipping industry. It's the biggest shipping company from China on the Fortune 500, and it's funneling a lot of the taxes for a lot of projects throughout China. So it's super rich, and they took over this area. So it's a state-owned enterprise. They took over this area and they decided to redevelop it and clean it up and turn it into an eco-friendly environment. They invested something around, what is it, like 1.4 billion US dollars to clean the water, clean out the pollutants, to clean up the air. And so this is what you're seeing in front of your eyes, this big and before and after. And if you go to the next
just to be clear for my American audience, this is COSCO, China Ocean Shipping Group Company, not the Costco supermarket in US. It's two different animals. The COSCO shipping, China Ocean Shipping Group Company is like, as you mentioned, one of China's not only one of China's largest, one of the world's largest shipping company. And it's the largest shipping company in China and the second largest in the world. And it has a lot of presence in Shanghai.
Yeah, they've got like over 1,000 plus vessels. They control 1,000 ports, and it's also a cornerstone of China's Belt and Road Initiative. And so it's just not only just infrastructure, but sustainability and trade. Everything's coming together. But this district is Putuo District. Again, it was a industrial wasteland. And if you go to the next picture, I just wanted to give you a contrast of what happened in the same period. So this is where I'm from in Detroit. You can see in 2009 to 2018, in just those 9 years, it's actually regressed. It's moving in the complete opposite direction. We've gone from, in the 50s, this beautiful, nice urban homes, urban environment, to a complete wasteland. And so this is my experience, my journey from leaving my hometown, which is going backwards in time, back to like the Stone Ages. We even got like wildlife and deer running around the urban parts of Detroit now. And I'm thrust into China, which is moving in the complete opposite direction with their poverty alleviation. If you go to the next picture.
And just for the timeline for people, this is the result of the great financial crisis in U.S., which U.S. really never really recovered from. I mean, after the I call the Great Recession, because 2008, that's also coincided when China hosted the Olympics, and that really, wowed the world, and the world realized China is no longer this poor third world country anymore, but a rising power. And I still remember there was a South Park episode where Cartman had nightmares about the opening ceremony of the Chinese Beijing Olympics. But yeah, this kind of this is how the timeline coincided. Kind of the U.S. in decline and China on the rise. So I'll go to the next picture now.
Yeah. And this is like a view of a model apartment. You can see behind me, in my window, you can't see clearly, but this is the spectacular view for people that live here. This is like luxury living in the United States. To be honest, this is just an average model community in China right now. It's very affordable. The rents are like $1,000 to maybe $3,000. Max in this area. So, you can't find this. You can't even find this anywhere in America right now with the green space that we're going to see. But if we could jump to some of the videos from when you just first pull up to the community.
Yeah, I must say you have the best view, man, because right outside your window, that's one of the kind of one of the architecture gem of Shanghai that went viral on Chinese social media. I think it's called like 1,000 trees or something, because they make the building is shaped like 1,000 trees, and inside is a shopping mall and lot of art center, which you took us to on a tour. So I'll go to the next slide. Here. Hello. Yeah. All right, let's go.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go. Where are we going?
Welcome to my neighborhood. Welcome to Shanghai, City of Dreams. We're in COSCO Bay, Two-Bay City, COSCO Bay. And we're just in my backyard, man. I walk right outside my house.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just chilling.
Nice.
So
that's literally your neighborhood. That was your like residential compound. So for many people who don't know how, in many Chinese cities, you will have this residential compound of multiple buildings. Okay. So did you turn off the volume?
Yeah, I just turned off. Yeah, I turned off the volume.
Okay. So like the lot of the residential compound were built with many apartments, but it was self-enclosed with a park, like where people can stroll, children can play, old people can, exercise in the park. It's very nice.
More specifically from South Africa.
Yes.
We have, what are you? You like a Chinese American who lives in Indonesia.
Yes.
Carl.
That's it.
And we have,
I'm Dana from Detroit.
So we have a black American who lives in Shanghai.
Yes.
Don't you just love breaking stereotypes?
Yes, let's go. Let's do it.
It's like a bad joke. A black guy, white guy, and Chinese guy walking in the park. Yeah, walking in the park.
Walking in the park in Shanghai. Let's go.
So what's unique about this community, and this is going to be breaking news for your show, you get to break the stereotype.
Sure.
Well, basically break the fake news that Tucker Carlson did.
Okay.
So this is the community that Tucker Carlson put on his channel,
yeah.
And he claimed that people were starving to death.
Okay.
That during COVID 2022
in this area.
Just this complex. He showed the footage of my complex.
Okay.
You get the building. Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we can let it run and just kind of narrate. But yeah, this was just, you can see like the effort by the city, to create these green spaces, plants everywhere, all surrounding the community, so they could, clean up the pollution. Whatever they did to the air, I don't know. But this is part of how they, absorb the CO2. I think it's like 21 tons a year just in our community. Nobody was starving in this community. In fact, it was one of the most well-fed and well-protected communities in all of Shanghai.
Just quickly, so for those who don't know, your background, you've been living here for how many years?
So yeah, basically, if we go to Germ's channel, he did a nice expose on it, very in detail. He'll show you the forward and back of the footage by Tucker Carlson, where he tried to make it seem like we're starving and dying in this community. In a couple seconds, I'm going to show you what our community was like during COVID. But yeah, people were not dying or starving. But Germ's channel does a really good
channel
job.
on UK columns, on UK columns, German warfare, because that's a white South African guy that was traveling with us on that day, and so he included that footage when we traveled, and included the whole debunking story about, because the original Carl Tuckerson showed like a video that coming from China showing everybody was kind of yelling from the building, and he was presented as because people are starving, so they're crying out for help. But you point out that was not the case, because you actually live in those buildings, and it was just people letting off stress.
Definitely. We're just strolling through the community. So we're already debunking the COVID myths and the propaganda. We're debunking the myths about pollution out here.
Great footages from all angles.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some of your. I'm gonna take some of your footage.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what this is for. Yeah.
But now, are you using your mic?
I think so.
So yeah, this is us just exploring. You kind of sweltering in the heat, and you can see 1,000 trees in the background. But we talked about how most people do not get to see this side of Shanghai. You may see the bigger cities. You'll see the amazing skyline, but rarely do you get into a neighborhood and see how everyone is living on the ground. So I put a bunch of pictures. Now we could kind of thumb through. You could just kind of skim through them, and to deal with the COVID situation. So this was a picture during COVID at your building. So those this is right off.
So are these food deliveries?
Yeah, this is food delivery. So Tucker Carlson said we're starving and we don't have food, but it's just, and there's even more amazing footage. But yeah, we had food being delivered to us each week for free, and as well, you can buy your own food while we were on lockdown. So these are people just, you come out to the front gate and get your food, and it was even more crazy how much food was lined up. And those are like the rations that are sent to our home. You interviewed me during the lockdown, like right in the middle of it. We had a nice interview on your podcast.
I did.
I explained what was happening. It was gated up at that time. Certain parts of the community were gated up. We did.
I see.
There was an enforced lockdown.
So you guys could get out of your building and walk inside the compound, though, right? Like in the parks and stuff.
Yeah, we could walk you. If you had pets, you could walk your pets and go out to get some fresh air, step out.
Got it.
But we weren't allowed to leave unless we had a pass for a good reason. And because the compound is so big, it's so massive, they sectioned it off. As we were walking through the just in my compound, we came across a halal restaurant. We didn't go in there, but I'll show people so they can see what it looks like, how convenient it is and how common halal restaurants are in Shanghai.
Urban design in China is now they're aiming to build 15 minutes communities. The idea is once you only need to go 15 minutes in every direction to get all your needs covered. And now they're building residential compound that will have everything. They have grocery shops, they have malls, they have daycare for babies. So you don't really need to leave your compound. So this is a halal restaurant. This is a Dao Xiao Mian. I can see the Chinese character for halal, which is Qinzhen right here. Looking at this is making me hungry right now. Let's see,
You're having
got more
flashbacks
pictures.
to Xinjiang.
Yes, yes. You actually took me to a halal restaurant later that evening. It was excellent. They actually had Xinjiang food there as well. They have all kind of Muslim food from all over China. And
Yeah, so
yeah, this is
that's how ubiquitous
another
it is.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the same one. Like this is, I just walk out of my apartment and right downstairs, and these are, if you can see, it's connected to the base of the apartment. This is not even when you go out into the commercial district. There's over, I think we have nearly like, how many? Like there's well over 100 halal restaurants in Shanghai alone for the 60,000 Muslim community. But they're just ubiquitous. And then I took you to a much better one up the street.
Oh yeah.
But this is everyday living, and this is another one around
inside.
the corner. Yeah,
Got
a noodle spot.
Yeah, there's a lot of Muslim noodle places in Shanghai, and they're very affordable too. They're very tasty, very clean, and very affordable. And this is what a typical meal looks like. So you have the kebab, you have the noodles, and you have the roasted, usually a roasted bun. It's in Central Asia. It's called samsa, and the egg. Man, I'm getting hungry looking at these food pictures.
Yeah, man, and that wasn't even $5 in Shanghai.
That is 5 yuan, 5 Chinese RMB, not 5 US dollars. That's a 5 Chinese RMB. Yeah, and on the 5 RMB, you can see there's actually a portrait of a Tibetan woman and a Muslim man. Because they try to be inclusive on national currencies. You will see like different ethnicity depicted on the official Chinese currency.
Yeah, that's a throwback. This one is out of currency, but I wanted to bring it up just to show people. And you can see
this is from 1980s. This is from this is how I remember the Chinese money, like from 1980s. Yeah,
they still had it in the late 90s when I came. That we were still using these 5s, and I had them. Yeah, I think it's printed in that time. But this is just how ubiquitous Islamic culture and Muslim culture is in China. Been thinking about this a lot because with all the false narratives. I come from the United States, and I remember some of my friends are like, "Oh, you're moving to China. That's not a Muslim country." And I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, United States isn't a Muslim country. And so what's wrong with going to China? And the truth is China is a much more Muslim-friendly and Muslim country than the United States. It has more Islamic heritage. You don't see halal restaurants on every corner in America. Every airport is a halal restaurant. So there are Muslims everywhere. And actually now, Carl, there are a lot more Muslim tourists from all over the global south.
Yeah, from West Asia, from Africa. There's a city not that far from you, from Shanghai, a place called Yiwu, a place where my wife wants to go actually, because Yiwu now became a major distribution center for a lot of the Chinese manufactured goods for the global South countries, but particularly West Asia, North Africa, and if you go to Yiwu, they have all kind of Muslim restaurants from all over the world. They have like Lebanese food, they have Somali food, they have Syrian food, Iraqi food, you name it. I mean, I intend to go next time, making a vlog out of it, because my wife wanted to go to make some purchase, but I just wanted to go there to sample the food.
Yeah, I used to go to EU back in the day a lot. It was one of the first places I went. I got some amazing memories of EU, and it's just like what you said. There's Muslims everywhere. It's like it's transporting you to not just the Middle East, but just like global Islamic culture. Every kind of restaurant. It was the first time I ever saw. At that time in '99, we were having the war on Afghanistan. It was even before 9/11. We were still having conflicts and military interventions in Afghanistan and Pakistan. And I remember, seeing these images of the Afghanis, and then I finally meet my first Afghani on the streets of China, and these guys are wearing like the puffy hat and the puffy pants with the olive green, with the green eyes and the really bronze olive skin, and it was surreal. I also remember going to, because I was with a Hui Muslim. He was a businessman, and he was taking me around. He was buying toilet seats for
my Anglo audience. Hui Muslims, they're the Chinese people who are Muslim, but they primary language is like whatever local Chinese dialect, because traditionally Hui is just a word to refer to Muslims in China, but today Hui Muslim is specifically for the Chinese speaking Muslims, right? To also propose to someone who is maybe Uyghur or Kazakh or Turkic Muslims. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So we're hanging out, and he's taking me to these, he's sourcing goods like luxury toilet seats for Gulf Arab nations. And he took me to a restaurant. I'll never forget the story. This was interesting. I was sitting down with one of the factory workers, and we were having food, and he was local Chinese, and we were eating bread. It's really good. I think this was also vegan bread, and we were trying to give him the bread, and the guy was like, "No, I don't eat bread." He said, "When I was poor, we used to always eat bread every day." He said, "Now my family finally has money. We eat rice." And so he rejected the bread. I'll never forget that, because that was one of the craziest things I ever heard, because he really came from poverty.
But the Muslim bread in China is so good, though. I mean, I had a lot while I was in Xinjiang last month. When I traveled there, I mean, Pepe and I were like, we could eat this food every day. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah.
Yes, the how they cook it with the oven is quite unique. With the kiln, and they stick the bread on the side of the oven, and so it bakes really nice and crispy. So let's move on more through the neighborhood. Again, let's just kind of scroll through these pictures, and I'll just give you an idea of this community. You can see again the trees and the transportation. This is the highway on the right, and on the other side is a high-speed rail and train and subway system. So you get a nice feel for the environment. Again, this is a walking city.
That's another thing that really struck me. Like, China has so many walkable cities. You have like very nice pedestrian sidewalk everywhere, and you have all these like sky bridges that will, like, you can make crossing the street very safe and very convenient. The only thing that there could still be improved on is maybe need more handicap access, because I was pushing my 1-year-old baby with a big stroller. We had to look for like lifts, but it's getting better. It's getting better. China is still steadily improving.
And so this is actually the top of one of these walkway bridges you're speaking about, and this just got built like a couple months ago. There's a video at the end, but we'll get to it. Okay. And then the next one, you can see the view of the skyline and the water.
This is just across from this is around your neighborhood, right?
This is my neighborhood. This is all right across the water. This is a 5-minute walk from the front of my house. So everything you're going to see is all within a 15-minute walk. There's nothing, we're not going on a crazy adventure far off. You can see the signs for the public toilets that have become ubiquitous and famous for how clean they are and how prevalent they are. Kind of hard to find.
People will notice the cameras, but but a lot of Chinese people say the camera makes them feel safe. Because the cameras are ubiquitous in China and in places like Shanghai. But let me tell you, women can walk here like 2:00 at night, with no fear. That's one of the things that's great about China is physical safety. You can, kids and women, they can't go out after dark without fear. Let me click next picture. Oh, wait, what happened?
Yeah, you go to the next.
Okay. Oh, this is 1,000 trees lit up at night. So this is like the shopping mall complex that's right outside of your house, which you had a full view from your living room. And it's really amazing structure. There's a lot of Chinese social media video of people, posing for picture outside this place, because we actually got to meet the architecture, the architect for the architect office that was responsible for designing this actually had an office inside, which we visited. That was amazing.
And so this is from the other side in the daytime. It's just spectacular. There are all these little parks around the whole walkway. They're all little parks and rest spaces. And I found all of these community free resources are like community centers. There's so much more that I didn't know about that you could go in and you can have meeting spaces.
What's great about this is like off the beaten track. This is not a touristy area. This is just how people in Shanghai, how the locals live. So I really appreciate that you took us, show us around your neighborhood, because we really got a sense how, average Shanghai folks live their lives. This is also right outside of your compound, right? I remember we walked on that bridge.
Yeah, we just right outside the compound. Then I go up. This is actually on top of a 4-story community center, which has all these rooms that you can use for free for like meeting, lounging, conferences, studying. There's so much to it. I just discovered it. And then from the top, you can just see on the right, that's the train station. And so that's basically when you walk out your house, 10 minutes walk, you're connected to high-speed rail, all the rail system, and you can just take a train 4 hours to Beijing or anywhere else all across China. It's that convenient where you can do business and network. So, and just, you don't need a car for anything. And it's so affordable.
But you know what? A lot of Americans will be scared by this community center, because usually outside of the community center, they have a big sign of sickle, hammer and sickle. And it says the Communist Party Community Center, right? And if your mind has been inundated with Western media, you would think, oh, okay, that's how they brainwash people. This is their headquarters. There's an HQ for brain control, right? For their all the brainwashing activity. But if you go in, it's actually just a very nice community center where they provide senior citizen for a place to hang out. They have like books. They have like libraries. They have discounted canteen. Where senior citizen can get a discount meal. And
we're gonna get there. I'm gonna show them everything you're talking about. And this is the other side. There's so many art installations all over the walkway. Just random art installations throughout the city. It's pretty amazing. You'll just see all kind of creative, fun, cool stuff, inspiring, and they seem to change quite often too. And then the next video is you can see this new walkway bridge that cut the path from. I used to have to walk out right and go all the way around to 1,000 trees and then keep going to get to the art district. Now I can go across to the left. If you just go to the video. And then you can see this bridge that they built for us that you can all just walk across now to the M50 Art District. And it's just a walking bridge. It's like there's like track, so it's soft at the bottom, nice and cushiony to walk on. But
yeah, I have to keep reminding people, these are not tourist places in Shanghai. This is just a resident, like a normal Shanghai neighborhood, like a cool, trendy neighborhood.
And yeah, check out the next one. There'll be, I think some guys are just playing the saxophone.
That is amazing. And that just still just around your neighborhood. It's all around your neighborhood.
That's an everyday night out and like a walk on the boardwalk. There's people doing all kind of stuff. Just it's so peaceful and serene. You know, people are playing jazz, kids are out playing. Okay. It's remarkable. It is truly remarkable, and it's something that more people need to know about and see. It's a completely different world than what they want you to believe that China is. You know, the everyday life.
I really felt honored and privileged when you showed me all these places. Because normally when I go to Shanghai, I just go to all the touristy places. You know, go to the Bang, go to the Nanjinglu, the pedestrian streets. Like you really showed me how normal people in Shanghai actually live, and it's great.
And so now I think while I start to pull up these photos, this is the 15th city map of our whole community, right outside of the community center. So can you see it clearly? Is there some stuff you can read off that?
Yeah, I can see in Chinese it says 15-minute life circle. And it says the two-bay city, the Zhongyuan, the COSCO two-bay city. And I can see it's very nice. It's I can see where the thousand. I think that's where the 1,000 tree is, right? And you're just living on the other side of the river, Suzhou Creek. It's really amazing.
So it's this kind of model community, this 15-minute city that everyone is fear mongering, and you know, in the West. People are like, oh my God, this is the mark of the beast. This is the end of the world. If we have this type of community, we don't want it. But this is how people are living, and it's so convenient. That was the entrance to the canteen, and this is on the inside of the community center where they have the motto of the whole community. More mottos, video screens. Basically, the video screens are going to show you everything that's happening in the community, all the resources that you have access to. And that's
talking about the big hammer and sickle sign right at the entrance. And in Chinese, it says, everyone participate, everyone is responsible, everyone contribute, everyone enjoy together. I mean, this is their motto.
So
what is this?
We didn't get to go out there. I'm going to show you the video of this. I actually, speaking about what it is, I want to hear from you. I think this, okay, I could be wrong. I think this is a motto because I see these books all over the place. Is this like the Book of Rights? And with it, like the inspiration, for this concept of Shao Kao Shi Hui, the model society, and that comes from the Book of Rights, and it comes from the writing of Confucius. But really, it's just the precursor to Chinese socialism, socialism with Chinese characteristics.
With Chinese characteristics, yeah.
But from my understanding, China has this concept of a model harmonious society that goes back centuries. I believe it's called the Shao Kao Shi Hui, and it's coming from the Book of Rights and the writing of Confucius. And so that's why they have the book open, and inside they have the photographs of our community and how it developed and progressed over time. And this is inside of the community center. And you go inside the community center, and there's public lavatories, there's meeting halls. I was just in there taking some friends around. There were folks from the Communist Party, probably about 60, 70 party members who were watching a public lecture. I wasn't really sure like what they were being informed on, but We just go through the picture kind of quickly, each one at a time, and then
yeah.
So this is actual the photo inside of the book.
And this is how people used to live in this neighborhood. Oh, and it said here it has a date, 1998, October.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
All the things that everything I'm showing you, this is what it looked like in '98. It's just a remarkable transformation of lifting people up from poverty. These 15-minute communities were able to empower the people so that they could save money on transportation, so they could have access to all of the community resources that they need, and it helped lift them up from poverty. Instead of living in squalor on top of each other, they're providing cost-effective healthcare, public education for everyone, with 99% literacy rate. They're reducing the diseases, and they're reducing the pollution. Completely transformed an urban wasteland, and this is something we need to celebrate and commend.
This is what you were talking about. It used to be shanty towns. Your neighborhood used to be shanty towns like this, and this wasn't that long ago. Like 1998. That's only like what 26, 27.
Yeah, 27 years ago.
Yeah, it's within one generation, completely transformed. And now it looks like this. Now it looks like this. This is inside the community center again, with those slogans and the Communist Party sign in the background. And that's where they have hosted those photos, the old photos of the neighborhood. So
yeah, this is us walking into it. Me, you, and Germ.
Service center literally says the Communist Service Center. But it's actually just a community center.
Yeah, welcome to the Communist Party Local Community Center for our 15-minute city that is supposed to be so nefarious and evil and spooky. We're going to find out the truth, what really goes on in a Communist Party Community Center.
Okay, let's go.
Rocking with my man Carl Ja. Let's go.
Godfather of Chinese hip-hop, Dana from Detroit. Showtyme.
So we got our little map here. And you can see where the entire evil master plan begins. And everything is within 15 minutes walk.
Oh, this is a map of your residential compound.
Yeah, the whole community, which is a model 15-minute community. So within 15 minutes walk, you have access to all the community resources that you ever need.
Different community centers. So we're here.
Yeah.
There's another community center here, and all the red, basically red one with the communist sickle hammer symbol is these community centers.
Yeah, basically every block has their own community center. So we're like every we're blocks. Actually, where are we at? We are, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here, and so this is
Suzhou Creek.
Suzhou Creek.
Yeah.
And then there's a natural park, a park where they've got all kind of exotic birds going on. Yeah, we got an ecological park in our neighborhood. Community like groceries. Real massive. You can walk just up there. You get to the railway station, Shanghai, and the high-speed railway network, and then the subway station. 2 lines here, so connected to the whole city. You see 10 minutes.
Oh, and here's another one. This is Shanghai, so it's a train station and the bus.
I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Yeah. We're all in my nose.
All right. Okay. You're the backdrop.
So here we go walking in.
Okay. Oh, okay. So this is the entrance. And AC. Wow.
Yeah, I had the worst camera angle. I was struggling with that. I was struggling with my older gimbal.
You know what? Don't worry about it. The key is you're showing the background, which is what people needed to see. What Shanghai actually looks like. on the ground level. You know, there's whenever people show the Shanghai skyline, there will always be people on Twitter saying, "Oh, but these just how they look from way above because they don't want to show what the city is actually like at the ground level." Well, folks, this is the Shanghai at ground level.
50,000 people.
So yeah, we can check out the next video when we come in the back door that leads directly from the community. This is when they fearmonger and they tell you that the CCP is monitoring you and following your every move. This is how they do it. This is how they control us.
Yeah, let's go to the brain center of the park.
Exactly, the brain center. We're gonna go through the back door, sneak in the back door, and show you where they do the brainwashing and they control everyone's mind 24 hours a day.
Where they do it.
So, yeah, this is how they make you a communist. They transform you into a communist processing center. Yeah. Let's sit and take a break and cool down and get it. We got public bathrooms, nice air conditioning. Everyone can come in and use the center for whatever they want. It's always clean. Just of this small. There's library, kitchen. That is the central kind of square where we saw that book.
Ah. Oh right, that's the exhibit of the old photos. I see these little kids walking around. Yeah, so we were there in the middle of the day, so most people are working, and the people who were there, either little kids or they're like old folks, senior citizens, just enjoying their retirement. Yeah.
And I think, okay, yeah, you can go to the next one.
Oh, food. This is what they serve at the community canteen.
Yeah, it's basically a canteen specifically for the elders. And so the food, I don't know if you can see the prices on there. Everything's like $1.50, $2.
Yeah.
I got a photo of my.
So they offer like with a discount price for senior citizens. It's very, very nice. That's a fish. That's a piece of fish, by the way. Yeah, make me hungry looking at all these food pictures, man.
Fish is my favorite dish. Okay, so
so this is when we're inside of the Thousand Tree, and they have an art exhibit.
Yeah, so basically the concept of A Thousand Trees, it's like an art gallery and
shopping mall.
Yeah, sort of like a shopping mall.
Yeah, we're going to
now we have arrived in China.
City, yes. That will happen in a few days later.
So yeah, it's this massive shopping mall that on the outside is full of living trees, over 1,000 living trees. And the pillars are actually sort of like the roots of the tree.
Why? Like where?
And it's just filled with really creative, innovative kind of
I'm gonna stop this first.
like virtual reality spaces and playscapes. It's almost like an amusement park.
Get this first, and then take a break after this one part. This is the museum or the studio of the designer, and many of the architecture that he's designed all across China and Shanghai. It's pretty incredible. And people are actually in there right now working, designing stuff.
Are we going there?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna take you inside. I think it's Heatherwick Studio. And this guy is an English architect who's done a lot in China,
Sorry, the
all over the
microphone.
world.
Second.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm the worst.
This is wild.
So these are
videographer.
real photos of real buildings?
Yeah,
I don't
these
know
are the
what I'm
buildings he's
filming.
built all
This
over
is like
China.
walking
mostly.
around trying to lead the tour.
Where is this? Is this in Shanghai?
I've actually never been to this one.
Yeah, I think I see the pictures on social media, but I haven't. It's okay. I think I have better footages. I won't have time. I'm gonna have to sit down and edit all my footage together to showcase some of our make a video vlog of our tour in Shanghai. But I see you were showing some of these art pieces inside.
Yeah, this is the that was the if you go back for a second, that was yes, Thomas Heatherwick, and his concept is human eyes, and this is his architectural firm that designed the 1,000 trees. And most of his work, if you look at it, it's inspired by, this probably like a honeycomb. He's inspired by things in nature like mushrooms and crazy stuff like that. I guess he's designing automobiles as well.
So what do you think, Carl?
So they would be this identified authority.
This is back to the welcome to Shanghai, bro.
So this is inside the architectural firm's office that they have. They let people just walk in and take a peek, and it was really cool. What is this?
This is just the first floor of the shopping mall, and they're having like a day like service for senior citizens. So they're cutting their hair, giving them medical care. They use the shopping mall as like a community center. And
looks like a birthday party.
Yeah, this is, I told you in the last episode that my goddaughter, it was her 5th birthday. She celebrated her birthday in the shopping mall. So I just showed you the juxtaposition of the elderly people and then the young people. It's like shopping malls are a little bit different in China. This is a space for the whole community, young people, elderly. It's like a community center. But yeah, that's kind of the ebb and flow of what's going on inside of 1,000 trees. And I think that what else? Yeah, we saw Heathwick. I think the last thing, Carl, we can go ahead and I'll share how we ended the day. But maybe you want to talk a little bit about you summarized when I pull up this material. Just your overall experience in my community.
It's great. It's great. I mean, I will not shit talk about Shanghai again. It's really a fantastic city. Like people have a great living environment. I told you before, back in even 2010, I said China is a great place to visit for travel, but I would not see myself living here because it was still, even back in 2010s, it was still horribly polluted. The air wasn't that great. The pollution was terrible. And then I went back to China in 2019. To my great surprise, everything was cleaned up. From big cities like Beijing, Shanghai, to even small town bordering Myanmar, everything is cleaned up, and there's a lot of infrastructures that build up. And this time when I traveled to China, I just saw how convenient it is now for people who live in China. With all these mobile apps, everything is at your fingertips, literally. And Shanghai is a great walkable city. Even though we visited you during the heat wave, it was a little bit hard walking outside in the high humidity, but it was still a great experience. I highly recommend people to travel to China. Maybe not during the just not during the Chinese holiday season. Maybe like toward the second half of October, when things are starting to cool off. That's a greatest time to visit China. That's my advice. Just go visit.
Yeah, it's way too crowded in the holiday season. Please avoid it on the holiday season.
Yeah, do not go on Chinese New Year week. Do not go on the National Day Golden Week. Do not go on the around the Labor Day week. The other days I think are okay. Yeah.
Okay, Carl. So now we're going to wrap up the trip in my neighborhood, and I wanted to take you. I know that you were right after this. You're going to go to Xinjiang, and I wanted to kind of spoil your Xinjiang trip in Shanghai and just end it off with some good old-fashioned Hui flavor. This is the kitchen, a photo of the kitchen outside of it. But we can just quickly go through these. We can just quickly
this is a Muslim restaurant. Your favorite Muslim restaurant that you took us to, which like by that time we were already hungry. We had walked around quite a bit. And the food was just fantastic. The place is huge, by the way. That whole Muslim restaurant is huge. And just outside of it, they actually have all other different kind of Muslim food from all over China. There's Uyghur food, there's Hui food from north, west. That you name it. And like that place is huge. It's like 3 floors. Like fine dining is on the 2nd floor, I think, but we're on the 1st floor, and there were just so much delicious food. That's us.
Okay, hold on.
No, that's not us. That's not us.
Yeah. So this is actually on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
And this is my homeboy, a rapper, GNS Yao Yao. He's actually half Tibetan, half Mongolian, and he's from Shanghai. A really dope rapper, and he came to town, and because he's he's in that part of the world, he loves halal food and Islamic food, and we were chilling upstairs, and so you can see the kind of stuff that you got to taste it at its freshest point when you went to Xinjiang. You can go to the next one.
I can see he's wearing the Buddhist beads around his wrists.
Yeah.
The prayer beads. Okay, let's see.
So
these are some kind of the. Oh, this is that. Is that yak meat? Is that momo? That looks like and that's
no. We didn't get the momo.
Oh, okay. But that's palau. That's the kind of the Central Asian food, with raisins and lamb. Oh man, I'm hungry just talking about this.
So before you go to the next, okay, you already beat me to it.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's look at the videos. Let's look at the last 3 videos before we close out, and then we look at the photo to cap it. But this is the restaurant, Hui flavor, and they have. So this is when we were walking up to it. It wasn't as bustling as it usually is. But you'll get a view of how big the restaurant is, and it's called Hui flavor, as you explained, like the Hui Muslim Chinese. But inside is pretty much all of China's Islamic halal food. And there's chefs from all over China. Tajik, Uyghur, Hui. And they have like this little bazaar out front. And I'll show you even a better video. It was like really popping. It was kind of early when we went. But they're selling fruit.
So it's not as lively as usually. Like usually there's music playing out front. So the music's not booming, it's like blaring.
Yeah, I was like, where's the party at? Usually you walk up and it's an entire jam session out front. But I guess we're a little early.
All right, you need to be a little bit better videographer next time.
I'm horrible.
All right, let's see another video.
Yeah, this is when I went a couple months earlier, like when they opened with the bazaar out front. And then people can see us walking in, what it looks like. But I mean, for a place that supposedly hate Muslims, I hope people can see the reality.
Like a
Entire Muslim halal paradise.
different thing.
他跟阿罗有翻的，或者
Yeah, you can watch them making the food fresh.
Yeah, I think go to the next one. Yeah, we can check the last one. We got Middle Eastern kind of
live from Shanghai, city of dreams.
the music.
That's a Uyghur music.
I
They're
don't know.
playing the Uyghur
Yeah,
music.
okay.
Looks like the people love Islam, love halal food. Way flavor halal restaurant. I don't know, folks.
You're making me
Yeah.
hungry, man. You're making me hungry.
I'm hungry too. I really want to go back. That's my favorite
Except
place.
you can just walk over there and have another meal. I gotta buy a whole plane ticket to travel to China. Let me see some of the pictures. Let's go back to. Oh, did you remove those pictures? Oh, okay.
Oh no, pictures there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's our group photo at the end of the day. After we all had our fill of the food. Yeah, that was great. That was a great day. Thanks, Dana, for showing us around. Yeah, it was a great tour.
Yeah, that was our international crew that just picked up from walking around. Yeah. They just kept getting bigger and bigger, adding more countries.
Yeah. Yeah, people keep on pinning me that day when I was hanging out with you and they want to hang out. I'm okay, well, Dana's giving me a tour. You're feel free to tag along. So our group just got bigger and bigger. Yeah, that was great. So.
Yeah. I guess the last picture is just the two of us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, brother. That was it. It was my first time meeting Carl Jha and getting a chance to bring him to show him what life is really like in Shanghai, the daily life of the community.
Oh, look,
center.
I was wearing the same shirt. I was wearing the same shirt I'm wearing right now.
You're funny, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good times, man. I miss it already. So I will actually be traveling to China around February, but I will be going back to my hometown, Chongqing, just before the Chinese New Year. So, yeah, hopefully there will be other opportunities for me to go to Shanghai and meet up with you again. That was great times.
My pleasure, brother. Yeah, I look forward for you to come back and we can have some more adventures. And I think today, we debunked a lot of myths about China, COVID scare, pollution, Muslims, poverty alleviation. So, yeah, there it is. So encouraging more people to visit the People's Republic of China and don't fall into the propaganda that's being spread nowadays. I think the United States has a budget of like $2.6 billion to propagandize China. And so you don't get a realistic perspective of what it is. And it's incumbent that we, particularly at this time, as they're ratcheting up the war machine, that we spread the truth and allow people to make these real important people-to-people connections.
Yeah. I mean, seeing is believing. That's why I just urge everybody just go visit. China is a great country for travel. It's super safe, very convenient. Well, you do need some little bit onboarding. You need to do some research because English is not that common in China. So you have to do a little bit of homework. But otherwise, it's a great place to travel. Highly recommend.
So yeah, brother,
Okay.
I think that's it. That's the end of the tour, the journey that you have the better footage of. So I'm looking forward for your final edit.
Yeah. It'll take me some time. I have so many footage. I just don't know when I'm gonna have time to sit down and put it together in a vlog. But I have some amazing footages there, man. Look forward to that. And Dana, always a pleasure to have you on. And while I'll look for future update from you from the People's Republic of China, from your very unique perspective as a Black Muslim man from Detroit and who held the title of the longest living Black Americans in China, in the People's Republic of China. Always an interesting person to talk to. Thank you very much for giving us a tour, giving me the tour, and give my audience a virtual tour of your second home, Shanghai. Thank you very much, Dana. And if people want to follow you, where would they go?
Yeah, just nowadays check me out on Twitter, X, Detroit Showtime, right there below, spelled with a Y. Yeah, that's the best place to find me, under the label Iron Mike Detroit Showtime. I do a lot of tweets. Please give it a look, give me a follow, and do some search on my tweets because I've done thousands. Maybe there's a topic that you're interested in. Just do a search on my page, and hopefully you'll find something interesting.
All right. Thanks, folks. Thank you, Dana. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Peace.